So anyway, um, basically, Richard Nixon and all those other people, they weren't trying to stomp out communism. They were just simply trying to stomp out anyone that knew that that was Lucifer Stars' house, or and eventually try and stomp me out or kill me. Because, like I said, they weren't Richard Nixon and John McCain and all those other people. They weren't going after communism. They were going after basically me. Because they were living inside of Lucifer White Star's house. And basically inhabiting my Lucifer White Stars DC building and basically driving all my Lucifer White Stars stuff. So basically, they weren't going after communism. They weren't going after Hitler or Germany or the Middle East or oil or anything else like that. They were trying to find and kill me, or try and get people to kill me, or trying to do something with me, pretty much, because they were living inside of Lucifer White Star's house and basically running Lucifer White Star's American government. So they weren't going after communism. They weren't going after anything like that. They were simply just trying to kill me and steal. And basically just trying to pretty much, basically get access to my bank accounts, get access to space, get access to my technology, get access to this, get access to that. That's why by basically Richard Nixon, JFK, and pretty much everybody that has ever been inside the White House or the DC building has pretty much been attacking different groups out there. Because different groups would come to know me as different, basically I'm the epic creator, Lucifer Star. And basically that's my house. And they're living in my house. So, anyway, and have me evicted out in the street or in this place. So, which isn't very accommodating. Anyway, I had a chef, I had a cook, I had everything, and had a very nice little government system which basically ran itself. So pretty much, basically, they've been trying this whole time to pretty much get nanotechnology or lie to people enough to get me killed, or trying to do something with basically me because Richard Nixon, John McCain, and all those other people that lived in my White House or were around the DC building or around my White House would eventually come to know that basically that was Lucifer White Star's house, and they would believe it. So, anyway, but they only had my cufflinks, LS, and stuff like that to go by. So, when they did finally get in there. So, anyway, yeah, so that's basically what the Republicans and Democrats, the aristocrats, have been going after this whole entire time. It was pretty much trying to kill LS because they were living in my house. Like I said, they did the same thing in Germany. They went in and they killed the leader, the leader or somebody, and they basically have been going around killing people inside of nice houses for the last 40 or 50 years. Basically going in, killing the people, then going to the bank, withdrawing the money, and living a good life. And then basically moving on. And eventually they just found them, eventually one of them looked over, saw the White House, and decided to move into it. Anyway, and moved into the wrong damn building. So, anyway, I did not know that they were just going from house to house around the planet and moving into nice houses and basically just shooting the people that live there and then basically going to the bank accounts and taking out all the money that was there and living it and basically doing whatever with it until they finally got to the White House. So it was only a matter of time, people would say, before they got to your house, Lucifer. So eventually, sometime around 1917 or 1940, they eventually got to my house. And they moved in. So, anyway, and thus began the epic whatever. So, anyway, because that was a house had quite a bit of money attached to it, and that was me, basically, my house. Anyway, so the first thing they did was wear my cufflinks, drive my cars, and all kinds of stuff, and tell women something or other, probably that they're Lucifer or something. So anyway, or LS. So, but anyway, whatever. Anyway, so that's why basically Trumpy and everyone, basically all they're trying to do is pretty much find me and kill me. So anyway, or hold me hostage or something. So anyway, because they're living in my house and flying my aircraft. That's my 747 that I had built. I used to be a DC something or other, and then I upgraded it to the 747 or something like that. I don't really remember exactly. It's because I like the 747. I designed it myself or something like that, or that was the best jet I had. So anyway, and besides, it suited their purposes quite well too, as they would land somewhere and then go and try and attack people from that jet. And they did it more commonly in 1940 or whatever, but they used to use a white seaplane or something like that to fly around in and basically shoot people. And then they used, like I said, like a DC bomber or something like that for a while shooting people and killing people and then stealing stuff or whatever. And basically the White House is pretty much, and the people around it have basically been doing that this entire time. So anyway, and probably still doing it with the Air Force One and all that other stuff. Anyway, eventually lots of people would come to find out that that was Lucifer White Stars' house. So, and they had, no legitimacy. Like, that's my house, literally. Not the president's house. That's my house. The president lives somewhere else. If they want to run the government, they can run the government from D.C., where Congress is. That's my literal house. So, and I had no relation to the government whatsoever. But it did have a relationship to me. And supposedly I was supposed to be in that house. And that's why they were renting it so badly. And holding on to it with all that they could. Because it's my house. But I'm not in there. And eventually, somewhere around 1980, people would understand that, well, I wasn't in there. I was renting it out to some people that couldn't pay for the rent. Because it was renting out like $7,000 or $4,000 a month or something like that. So I was sticking it to them. Because, since they were stealing so much, well, anyway, I don't really know. But basically, it's my house. So anyway, and something or other. So the Germans figured it out to make it so basically, I wouldn't be out of money. So anyway, or something like that. I don't really know finances, So anyway, but pretty much, and that's why, and they were actually trying to destroy America because I had named America and then take it over or something like that, but that didn't work out. Anyway, I don't really know. They had JFK, Richard Nixon, and even Trump. He has all kinds of crazy plans. So anyway, which all lead to basically trying to kill me because once I'm dead, then they can just they win, and whatever. But once I tell people that it's Lucifer White Stars' house and it has nothing to do with the government, well, I guess the cat was out of the bag. So anyway, yeah, and I was living at 471 Mountain Drive, and then some other places. Now it's 1475 Community Circle. So, and I'm the creator of humanity and 12 other life form types that also live on Mars and quite a few other planets, and 800 galaxies, including the one coming at us. Anyway, yeah. So, anyway, yeah, and they're just trying to keep that being known from the public and everyone else as much as they possibly can. Trying to hold on to power as long as they possibly can. But I had lots of houses, so they didn't really know at first which house I was living in, or should be living in. So, or even which countries were mine. So, it's all crazy. So anyway, and I seem to basically be able to run my government even though I'm not actually in my White House anymore. So. Anyway, yeah, well, everyone would eventually come to find out who I am and what was going on around me. So, anyway, yeah, so, Lucifer Star, epic creator, me, Brian, of 800 galaxies, including the Milky Way and the other one coming at us. And then other groups watched me create both the Milky Way and the other galaxy and knew that I probably did create 800 other galaxies or something like that. So, anyway, lots of room for my life forms to live. I had created 4 or more life form types, and then I thought that they should have room to live. So, because, one planet isn't enough for a group of people. They're going to need more planets. So, a couple here, a couple there, a couple over there. So there's no fighting over resources. So, anyway. And then I'd put them on those planets, and they would live. And eventually gain in technology and eventually maybe come find me. So, and I suppose they did in 1980 something or other. Anyway, yeah, so including humanity would be like, huh? And black people would be like, huh? It's like, yeah, well, yeah. That's why you have white bones, white teeth. This for White Stars. I was like, hey, that'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So I did. So other people could know which life forms were mine. Commemorations. So anyway, lots of things. So, yeah. I did that, as a genetic computer, so just doing it. Then created some languages for people to speak, and also made sure some things were translated over from the old languages to the new languages and stuff like that. I did some things. So anyway, yeah, I did lots of things. So anyway, and I was supposed to be in the White House, but I'm not. I was supposed to be out public and on TV, but I'm not. So instead, I'm on YouTube for some strange reason, and no one knows. Anyway. And probably as soon as I die, it'll be deleted, and they'll be like, ha ha ha, we won. But anyway, people would eventually find out that I actually did know that it was Lucifer White Stars' house and my DC building. And I even gave $7,000 for to have it remodeled, or $2,000 or something like that. So anyway, I said, look nice. Build myself a nice house. Anyway, yeah. Eventually, maybe have a sunroom roof on top or something. I don't know.